set up a Cornish sovereign mineral fund to ensure future prosperity for Cornish society. And so that this fund, managed by the Cornwall Council or future Cornish Parliament or Cornwall Nation Assembly, will be tasked with avoiding the decline of the Cornish economy, society and environment like we've seen in the past, and essentially has this main objective as investing in the future of Cornwall. That this mineral fund, following the example of the Norwegian oil funds, because there's several of them, so just technicality, is to be funded by the proceeds of taxes on mineral extraction in Cornwall, other royalties from mineral extraction currently received by the UK government, the duchy, or the Crown Estate, because that is the case currently. Essentially, there is a lot of money going around, but most of that money is going to the corporations doing the extraction, obviously, which usually are not in Cornwall, or all the rights, duties, and taxes. Essentially, all of these are going to London for most of them. So that's the motion, essentially, that we propose.
Maras one. And then seconded by Cal.
Yeah, thank you, second. I don't feel like I need to say anything.
Any comments? Philip?
Yes. We have sent you an amendment that it had proposed that it actually goes beyond minerals, and instead certain things don't require extraction as such, which include wind power, water, and what's it, hydrogen, yeah. To include those because those are our resources, and yet those who also income-wise will go beyond Cornwall, will not be held within the commune. Have you agreed to include that with the wording?
So I knew you were going to talk about it. I'm more than happy. I think this is a very good amendment. So I just let it like that so that we have this discussion. This is the minimum viable motion, let's say. So I'm happy to add this if everyone here is also in agreement.
So, mate.
So this might be a bit big conceptually, the motion as it stands, and to get it agreed. However, one of the most impactful extractions from Kernow and Kenyan culture is our culture, like histories, our language, etc. So conceptually, this could, if this motion were agreed now, it could expand to argue that actually taxes be drawn and put into this pot from all extraction that is from our physical stuff and our more ephemeral, cultural being, which would allow finances to be drawn down from tourism, which utterly rinses us and has done for at least a century.
Thank you. Joni.
I just think that is genius, Amy. When Billy was talking, I was thinking about how, actually what we're really talking about is resources, and then I was thinking about the very political nature about what we talk about as resources. So I was thinking about how at one point food security mattered, but it really doesn't anymore, as we can, in current government policy, etc. The farming communities are having a really, really bad time. Would it be cool to tax them? But that might be up for debate. So maybe, I'm also doing the whole conceptual thing here, maybe what we incorporate or suggest incorporating into a sovereign wealth fund might be a matter for debate and discussion. But I love the idea of also thinking about the industries that cause problems.
We'll go back to Sophie.
It was just to clarify that what we could do is be really smart about the language that we use feel that there is scope to accommodate all extraction from what can be argued as our resource. And in fact, the impact upon us has been, you know, arguably the dissolution of starry plant, but also of our language, like the rinsing of our language and how that's had to be rebuilt. You know, there's this really many arguments we can make around that with the support of international communities, I believe, but we just need to have the initial wording to get this sort of passed really smart to be able to encompass those things.
Okay, I'm going to go to Julie. Julie.
Julie Tamblin. I'm a member of a Cornish farming family, and I have a very deep and long-standing concern about the loss of our farmland to produce the food for our people here. Every time a housing estate is built, we are losing our precious resource of land that could possibly, depending of course on its location, be used for food for people, and there are significant culture and power and environmental and ecological factors involved with this. It concerns me deeply and sincerely. Thank you.
Thank you, Julie. Mine, and then nothing.
Yeah, so just as a promoter and proposer of this motion, I don't necessarily disagree with that. In fact, I would be really supportive of looking into how essentially the exploitation of Cornish culture essentially goes on and essentially extracts wealth from Cornish culture to be sent elsewhere for the profit of not of Cornish people, but just on technical grounds, because there's specificities to mineral extraction and essentially primary sector extraction. Could we potentially keep that as the motion as it is with your amendment? And I would be more than interested to have a discussion and look into how the cultural exploitation.
So we've got a suggestion, we've got an amendment for the specifics from Philly and Ian, which I hear has been accepted. I think we've got wide support for, as Sove said, the wider concept, and Julie was saying, and there's a suggestion from the leader saying that if we agree the motion with the amendment as it is, but that we also agree for the NEC to explore the wider implementation of extraction as a concept. Because I think those points, particularly about tourism, all of those houses, and also culture is so significant. So with that message, yeah, thank you.
Just before we kind of approve this, I just wanted to add one little bit in terms of being smart about how we word this, because in the second paragraph, this fund is managed by Cornwall Council or Cornish Parliament in the future. Do you think it might be wise to add something about or an independent public body, just so we can kind of options open, so that we don't commit ourselves at conference to necessarily handing over control to Cornwall Council on this? I don't know.
Happy to include this.
Good point. Okay, I'm going to push us. Everyone happy? Quick comment, okay. Otherwise we're going to go massively behind schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, it's really just about what it's called, because Sovereign Mineral Fund is quite restricted, and I think the amendments about energy, and particularly things like geothermal, where the energy funds, go at the moment into community funds, which are all a bit ad hoc. It would be much better to put